Pete Buttigieg just joined Andrew Schultz's Flagrant podcast to discuss the process that he underwent for ordering a custom baby.
Literally different lists. If you say that you want a white kid only versus if you say that doesn't matter.
Wow.
Like literally a different list.
What is that? What do you mean by that?
The list for white kid only is longer. And not only that, there was actually a discount, or you didn't have to pay a deposit on the fee.
Discounts.
This is like how it works.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe it. So we didn't know anything about the racial identity of the kids until they started to look mixed race, which they are. And like contending with like the hair thing is already like
Contending with like the hair thing. Contending with like the hair thing because black people have different hair. So it's been a little bit unclear how Pete Buttigieg and his partner acquired their babies because two fellas can't make a baby together. There's a question, was it IVF and surrogacy? Was it that kind of custom order baby industry? Was it adoption? How is it? The way that Pete Buttigieg is talking about ordering a baby here is horrifying and dystopian because even if we're talking about adoption, and I think adoption can be a wonderful thing because you are rectifying a wrong, which is the wrong of a baby not having parents who will raise him. So that can be a good thing. It's not that you're intentionally creating a market for babies or anything like that. It's not that you are treating babies necessarily as a product to be purchased. You are rectifying a wrong. You're taking in an orphan. That's a really good thing. And the mothers who give up babies for adoption are, at the very least, not killing the baby, which is where our culture pushes them to do. But even here, even when it comes to adoption, we have to be very, very careful not to treat babies as products to be purchased. Or even to be custom ordered. We need to be very, very careful to treat babies as human beings, proper subjects with dignity and rights. What strikes me about this clip, Pete Buttigieg is the most presentable, slick representative of the sexual revolution. Hi, it's Pete Buttigieg. He went to Harvard. Yeah. He's been running for president since he was in grade school. And yeah, he's totally likable. Just a nice guy. And yet, the most polished and attractive representative of this sexual revolution is horrifying. This is horrifying to speak of babies this way. Yeah, there's the list. There's the list to get the white kid or the black kid. And then what kind of hair are we going to get? What kind of hair do you want? What color eyes do you want on the kid? I don't know. I'm not sure. I mean, when I was younger, I was more like I'd wear brown shoes and a brown belt and a leather strap watch. But then sometimes, I don't know, I moved to like a bracelet watch. So maybe what kind of kid would go better with the bracelet watch? Maybe a blonde kid with hazel eyes. Blue eyes is too much. What do we think? What do you want, honey? What kind of baby do you want? Why does Pete Buttigieg need to either order a baby through IVF or adopt a baby? Because he refuses to get married and make a baby the old-fashioned way. Which is fine. It's his prerogative. Nobody's forcing him to get married. And if he wants to do stuff with another fella, no one's sending the purity police around to him. But then Pete Buttigieg has to pretend that that's marriage. And if that's marriage, and if we live in a culture that views children as something that we're entitled to rather than as a gift from God, then Pete Buttigieg is entitled to a baby. And whole industries have to crop up to service that supposed entitlement. And when those industries crop up, well, we are going to treat babies as something that we're entitled to, which is to say we're going to treat them like property. That was a good clip. Now stop it. Ring the bell and subscribe, and I'll catch you next time.